At this point, we approached an important topic, the difference between entities and value objects. In our codebase, we currently have two classes, snack machine and money. They seem pretty similar to each other, but their semantics differs significantly. The snack machine class here is an entity, whereas money is a value object. Let's elaborate on that. The main difference between entities and value objects is in the way we identify them. There are three types of equality when it comes to comparing objects with each other: reference equality, identifier equality, and structural equality. Reference equality means that two objects are deemed to be equal if they reference the same address in the memory. Identifier equality implies a class has an ID field. Two instances of such a class would be equal if they have the same identifiers. And finally, with structural equality, we consider two objects equal if all of their members match. So how does the way we identify entities and value objects differ? The difference here is that identifier equality refers to entities exclusively, whereas value objects possess structural equality. In practice, it means that value objects don't have an identifier field, and if two value objects have the same set of attributes, we can treat them interchangeably. It makes a lot of sense if you look at the notion of money in our domain model. If we have two $1 bills, it doesn't really matter which of them we work with. We don't care about their identity. We can easily replace one set of coins and notes with another one, as long as these two sets have the same composition. At the same time, even if two snack machines have the same amount of money inside, we don't treat them interchangeably. We do care about which of them we work with. You can think of it in a similar way you would think of two people bearing the same name. We don't treat them as the same person because of that. They have their own inherent identity. Another distinction between the two notions is immutability. Value objects should be immutable in the sense that if we need to change such an object, we construct a new instance based on the existing object rather than changing it. On the contrary, entities are almost always mutable. The next difference is that value objects cannot live by their own. They should always belong to one or several entities. In our application, money doesn't make sense without a snack machine. If it does, the money class would be an entity itself. We can put it another way. There always should be at least one entity that owns a value object. Again, in our case, it is the snack machine class, which contains two properties of the money type. An important implication from this point is that value objects don't have their own tables in the database. We will talk about it in more detail in the next module when we'll be discussing persistence for our domain model.